time I was here at this very seat, these kids come pulling up, like 4 of them. It looks like they just got their license and they see me. So they just go, yeah, man, dude, you're the man, yeah. And then they just nail this nice ass Mercedes right here. And I'm like, ah! Talk about instant karma, that's that. At the moment, I have these bone spurs in my feet. It's like more pain than pleasure to land a trick. I mean, I'll cruise around at my park, but I haven't done anything worth filming in a while. FDR is probably my favorite skate park, but like, I can't go to a public skate park because as soon as I'm about to drop in, it's like, hey, Bam, can you sign this and let me get a photo and then talk to my nephew on the phone? Hello. Hey, how you doing? But yeah, that's what happens at skate parks, and it's like I'm a dick if I don't do it, and if I do it, then I can't even break a sweat because I can't even skate. And not to mention, it's so uncomfortable. As soon as I show up, they'll hit record on their video cameras, and it's like, look at Bam at FDR sucking. Yeah, I just showed up. You know how Knoxville dresses up as an old man on Jackass? Like, I want to do that and go to a skate park so I don't get bothered. She's a very wonderful person. I need a refill over that one. You could never be too gay when it comes to Jackass shit. And I'll tell you why. Would you rather see somebody drop in off a 12-foot quarter pipe into a brick wall, or some guy drop in off of a 12-foot quarter pipe into a brick wall naked? Take a look at Ryan Dunn. He shoved a toy car up his ass, goes to the hospital and claims that he has stomach pains. That's gay as shit. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want people to be like, you're that fucking faggot who shoved that toy car up his ass. You know, I thought that that's what they would say. No, they're like, Dunn, dude, that was fucking awesome when you did that toy car skit. Like, they don't even think of it as like a gay thing. I'm like, damn it, I should have done that. I'm kind of stoked on the Heartagram still, but it was kind of a battle once Warner Brothers bought him for $4 million for a record contract. They were stoked and bummed at the same time that I would have like a Heartagram on my front door and I'd have like 45 Viva La Bam episodes and they'd see it on every episode. So, you know, the record label was like, dude, like, I think people are starting to think that like the Heartagram is your thing. I'm like, well, dipshit, it's promotion. If anybody did any research for 4 minutes, they'd realize it's my favorite band. All it does is help them out in the long run. I was like one big ad for them. What's that? One big promotion for them, and it was, you know, I just wanted to help them out. A lot of people say that if you're really brilliant, then you're like fucked in the head on other situations. He'll look at the Jackass situation and be like, why would I use up my funniness when Jeff Tremaine's just gonna buy a big mansion in the Hollywood Hills? And it's like, that's true, it's gonna happen, but he's gonna get that whether you're in it or not. All you can do is make this movie more funny. It's almost like cutting off your nose to spite your face, like that's what you're doing. He doesn't think that way. I'm hoping he'll snap out of it one day. I was actually in Finland with Stevie one time, and we were on this boat going from Helsinki to Stockholm, and we were just like raging it up, having a good old time. And I had this big ball of like wet toilet paper, and I was gonna throw it at this door, and Stevie happened to be running by, and I nailed him in the face with it so hard, and I felt so bad about it. I think I apologized for like an hour about it. There might have been piss in it too, I don't know. Actually, I was just with Lil Wayne and he told me that Stevie just gave him a DGK skateboard and then I gave him the Element skateboard, and he recently just busted his head open and he has 9 stitches in his head. And I'm like, was that because of my skateboard or Stevie's skateboard? That'd be pretty rad if he busted his head open because I gave him a Bam skateboard. I was reading an interview with him on like Rolling Stone, and it said, if you could meet anybody that you want, who would it be? And he goes, probably that nigga Bam from Pennsylvania because he looks like he don't give a fuck. So once I saw that, I was like, hell yeah. And then I went and bought out all of his albums and I love them. I just sip on red wine on airplanes because I'm on them all the time, and I just sit there with no headphones on and I think of the stupidest things I could come up with. And I was like, all right, Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. Why don't he bite off my fucking ear? Or why don't Evander Holyfield bite off my ear? We'll call it the Evander Holyfield redemption. Then he'll feel better about what Mike Tyson did to him. Paramount actually calls them up to see if this is possible. And they called up Mike Tyson. He got offended and said no. I say, well, call up Evander Holyfield. But people are like, you're willing to like lose half your ear over this? I'm like, fuck yeah. You know the street creds I'll have from having a missing ass ear? And they say, how's that gone? And I say, Evander Holyfield bit it off. Probably need a shot at absinthe before I do something like that. Because that's gonna fucking hurt.
I mean, I'll tell you the truth, dude, I'm more scared of this free lunch than Larry King.